if I was Damien's corner, I would definitely say something to the ref as if, like, I mean, if that happens again, try to stand them up, because I just don't see, there weren't even no shoulder strikes, nothing that was like formidable.
Nothing that really stood out from a scoring standpoint, so that's what makes it so difficult. And I agree with you, if it does get into that position again, it should be on the referee's shoulders to separate them and stand them back up and let the fight progress from there. We'll see if either fighter tries to go that route in the third and final round and maybe switch up the approach. There certainly has to be frustration on the part of both fighters in that round and not be able to do much to advance it. So perhaps from that standpoint, they can keep the action standing up instead of on the ground. But we'll see if Trites' instincts brings him right back down to the ground again.
Well, that's
the thing.
I'm sorry, but Trites has been getting controlled on the ground, but he's actually initiating that. That's why I don't understand. I mean, he's actually fallen to him and I actually talked about his last fight, and I was kind of expecting something completely different.
Now, so far we haven't seen it. Round number 3 of this co-feature, Damien Trites, Jeff Anderson. Trites trying to land some overhand rights and lefts. And again, now has Anderson against the cage, and again going for the takedown, Mike.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I mean, he's been getting controlled on the ground. I don't understand why he would initiate the takedown.
Well, Trites has it, and he has Anderson against the cage. And again, Anderson trying to get underneath.
Anderson's doing a very good job controlling Damien's head, and that he's not allowing Damien's head to follow his body. Damien wants to get around, but Anderson's holding on to that head for dear life until he can get his legs involved, which is very smart because Damien's either dealing with the head control or leg control. He's not dealing with both.
Four minutes to go in this bout. We're in round number 3 of this this lightweight co-main event between Damien Trites and Jeff Anderson.
Damien's got to be careful because if Anderson folds that head even just a little bit more, he's going to go out.
Yeah, he really is starting to sail toward dangerous waters here, Mike, with 3:44 to go. It definitely does not look comfortable by all means.
Yeah, getting choked never get there. I mean, you get used to it, but it never becomes comfortable. But Damien's doing the right things. He's walking away. But he's like right now he's not really trying to drive his left knee through. And I mean that's literally like the main window of opportunity for him to get away. But now he's working to take Anderson's back. He's a little high right now. He needs to back up a little bit. Ideally, when you take somebody's back, you want to be chest to chest.
Yeah, right now you're right. Trites is definitely too high to get any kind of a choke on him. Anderson trying to stand it back up.
Trites he can backpedal a little bit. But now he's going to go for the guillotine, standing guillotine. That's pretty deep. But right now, see, Damien he's actually extending. He needs to crunch in. He actually might have this finish. You see how he's extending? What he needs to do is crunch in.
He's pulling him more towards crunching him.
Exactly. He needs to fold that head just a little bit more. I mean, he's making the same mistake that he made in the other round. Anderson's feeling it because he's starting to spit out that mouthpiece.
2:40 to go. Can Damien Trites lock this in?
He's squeezing.
It's pretty deep, Mike.
But the head's popping out.
Yeah, it's now popping out here. Anderson will break out of this and survive for the moment for the time being. 2:14 to go. Now let's see if Trites can do anything from this position. Not a whole lot of striking going on.
And it's just got to be frustrating for Trites too, because he's actually almost had 2 submissions, but he's literally had to negate them due to lack of technique. I don't know if he understands what he's doing wrong, but I'm watching the positions and it's there. It's just something he's just gonna have to drill after this. But right now, Damien's got to work on working up that cage. Instead of attempting submissions, he's got to get onto his feet. Now he's going for a far side Kimura. But he's got to be careful because if he goes to a Kimura from the bottom, the guy on top, all Anderson has to do is spin around and turn his arm. He'll actually Kimura, and Damien will actually end up Kimura-ing himself. So, I mean, right now, he just needs to really work on getting up. And he wants that triangle again, but he hasn't been able to finish it yet. Anderson's doing a really good job. He's got that downward pressure. Every time Damien fixes his hips, Anderson keeps on fixing the angle, re-squaring up his hips with him, so he's doing really well consolidating and controlling Damien right now.
He's burying him right back into the canvas each time. And you're right, it has to be extremely frustrating for Damien Trites to not be able to execute the way he wants to. And it clearly seems intent on trying to get a submission. Doesn't look like he's going to get it here. 48 seconds to go in this third and final round. Be very interesting to see what is on the final judges' scorecards, Mike. A very tough fight to score without a whole lot of striking and a whole lot of advancement on the part of either fighters. We've got 30 seconds to go now. We'll see if there are any last-ditch attempts here or any last-second submissions. We have seen stranger things happen inside that cage before.
Yeah, Damien's trying to go for that triangle, that armbar. I mean, if this fight goes the distance, it's definitely going to be Anderson's fight. He was controlling Damien the whole time from up top. And Damien did a very good job taking Anderson down. Anderson just capitalized and reversed him every time.
And you're right, Damien Trites has really kind of put himself in this predicament here in this
So
fight.
how do you score that? Everyone's like, oh, he got the takedown, but every time he can't consolidate the position. So do the judges even really rule it as a takedown?
That's a tough call to make. We're going to find out real soon what happens. This fight does go the distance. Mike, I kind of see what you're saying there, too. If Jeff Anderson reverses it and then holds control of the fight for the portion of the round, then theoretically he probably wins that round on the judges' scorecards.
First, Judge LaMontagne scores the bout 29-28 Anderson. Judge Barker has the bout 29-28 Trites. Judge Lima has the bout 29-28. For your winner by split decision, Jeff the Candyman Anderson.
I also think
Anderson.
one reason why they gave it it was a split decision is because, like we were saying before, Anderson wasn't really advancing.
Right.